Alright. First off, before this video starts, I want to say shout out to my Rashad Jamal, man. Alright. This dude, straight up, man. Intelligent guy, man. For real. But it's just what they did was like really messed up, man. I'm not gonna lie. 16 years. 16 years is crazy. For something that you didn't do, and all you did was speak up about the truth, man. He dropped so many gems, man, that blew my mind. Like, dang, I didn't even, like, I feel like I knew, but I didn't all the way know. You know what I mean? He helped with that. It's like, cause we all know this world is something. We all got that feeling like something not right about this world. You know, I know we all came to that point like something not right, right? I don't know if you never had that feeling, then I just wouldn't say you're spiritually was well very spiritual. I say it like that. But you just don't have good intuition. Yeah, good intuition. But man, let's go ahead and check this out. See what's going on in here. This is crazy. This is on law and crime. Law and crime. This is crazy, man. Like I was watching his live streams almost every day, and now they got him on live and crime, law and crime. I mean, let's see what's going on, man. We already know why they got him because he was speaking the truth. That's why. That's why they really locked him up for 16 years.
Scared to die for what you believe in? That's okay, but I'm not. So get the out of my way.
6 people missing for months after following this alleged cult leader and self-proclaimed prophet.
Hold on.
I think God fits the usual profile.
Hold on, y'all. All right, sorry about that.
Very narcissistic, very self-obsessed, grandiose claims. He has 90,000 followers, by the way, on Instagram.
We're taking a closer look into the history of alleged cult leader Rashad Jamal White and his group, the University of...
They call him a cult. How? How's he a cult? Do you like, man, a cult? Let's look that up real quick. A cult. Let's look that up. All right. Let's go this over a little bit. It says a relative small group of people having beliefs or practice, especially relating to religions that are regarded by others as strange or sinister or imposing excessive control over members. So basically, it's just a group of people that's like trying to be rebellions, I guess, or I don't know, but how's that a cult? You know what I mean? Like dude is just spreading awareness to what we already know. We already know everything, most of everything he already talking about. That's why we can relate. You know what I'm saying? So cut it out, man. Cut it out. That's not a cult. Relatively a small group of people having a beliefs or practice that's relating to. No, man. If anything, United States is a cult. Yeah, y'all is the real cult, to be honest. Making us work, making us pay bill. Y'all all working together, even y'all working with different countries. Y'all cut it out, man. Cut it all the way out.
Cosmic intelligence.
Grand Rising Cosmic Family. First, let me start by saying peace to the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation.
August 13th, 2023 was the last time anyone saw 25-year-old Michaela Thompson, 27-year-old Jarrell German, and 36-year-old Michaela Wickerson. This is the last known image of the trio in a St. Louis grocery store. Along with them, 30-year-old Naman Williams, 3-year-old Malaya Wickerson, and 2-year-old Ashton Mitchell all vanished. Their disappearance is now being investigated by a local police department. Friends and family of the missing say they cut off contact with them, some even quitting their jobs or maxing out credit cards. We spoke to cult expert and author of Cults Inside Out, Rick Ross. He says that process likely started slowly before any extreme measures were finally taken.
Well, people gradually unplug. It's a process of increments, step by step, bit by bit. People like Rashad encourage them to do this. And that is one of the early warning signs that something is really wrong, is that you have a loved one who's becoming increasingly socially isolated. And they're obsessed with a particular leader, and you realize that their entire network of friends is now within this group. But it doesn't happen overnight.
Who's obsessed? No one's obsessed, bro. Everyone is tuning in to the frequency of the planet. That's all that's really going on, right? That's really it. He was spreading truth at a good point in time, and he woke a lot of people up, and then now you're all mad. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a fake case on my boy. Like, come on, man. Stop it. We already know what you guys are trying to do. Alright? You see right through it. Like, come on, man.
It happens slowly but surely. And in this sense, people don't really realize how far they've gone with these groups because it is a step-by-step increment process.
What we now see as out of the ordinary, cult members may begin to find as reasonable.
I think normal becomes whatever it is within the kind of network or bubble that you exist in online. So what we're seeing is people embedding in kind of networks online where they're only communicating with other like-minded people and constantly being reinforced in whatever their new normal is as dictated by the leader. So we think it's crazy, but then we're dealing with the world at large. These people are often cut off, as we hear, from their family, from their old friends, and they're embedded in this alternate reality, this other world online, in which they are following people that are like-minded, conversing with people online, and following, streaming and YouTube videos. It can become, completely encapsulating, where people really have no other access to the real world.
Ross says things start out innocently enough.
Bro, the fact that they even saying all this, like, it goes to show you, like, that's how you know he's speaking the truth. Like, the fact that they even, like, making fake cases and putting another fake one on him too, goes to show you everything he was talking about was facts. Cause why do y'all care so much, man? Y'all already got all the control. Why do y'all care about this one person? It's way more people like him. You know what I'm saying? He's not the only one that's woke. Well, spreading awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of us. It's more. Like, come on, man.
Oftentimes when people are down on their luck.
Well, I think the narrative is usually people are going through a difficult time in their life, and that happens to all of us.
That?
We go through bad.
Why is that though? Because you people got us under control, and them days is coming to an end. I'm gonna tell you like that. Them days is definitely coming to an end. Believe it or not, look at this. Look at him. Potato head. Make me want to just rip his face off, man. You know what he look like? Them smiley faces that you used to eat in school. That's what he looked like almost. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them fries, smiley faces. That's what he look like.
Bad patches. And they have the bad luck to be approached by someone who introduces them to some group or or weekend seminar program or something that seems rather innocent, but in fact is a cult. And the person who's talking to you about this group or activity could be a coworker, a friend, someone you know, someone you trust.
As Ross explains, there are several things that determine whether a group is actually a cult.
Well, we look for three things to form the core, the nucleus of what a destructive cult would be. Number one, is the leader the defining element and driving force of the group? And is the leader a dictator with no meaningful accountability? And has he or she become an object of worship? Second, does the leader manipulate people in identifiable ways that line up with coercive persuasion? In other words, is he gaslighting people? Is he manipulating them, isolating them from family and friends to control what they hear, what they see, to gain undue influence? And finally, three, having gained influence, does the leader use it to take advantage of his or her followers, exploit them, and do harm to them?
In this case, Ross believes the University of Cosmic Intelligence is in fact a cult, and that Rashad Jamal is its
Cap.
leader. The leader of this alleged cult or group, his name is Rashad White. He goes by Rashad Jamal. And according to his Instagram, he's a self-proclaimed prophet. He calls himself a revolutionary, and he calls himself also a luminous being.
God, bro, like they making me mad. Like, why is y'all really up here doing this? You're like, come on, bro, this is a free planet, dog. And then he got coats back here. You know you a coat. Like, no, scoot this over. Scoot this over, man. Cause that ain't making me mad. This dude got the audacity to call somebody coat, and he got books in the back. Dude, y'all get out of here, man. For real. Cut it out. And then she up here trying to look all.
Is it possible that he believes in all of this?
In my experience, most of the cult leaders that I deal with are grifters, con men. They don't really believe their own hype. If they do cross that line, it becomes dangerous because then they are delusional and may, harm the people that are following them by acting basically insane, unplugging from reality, taking all of their followers over the edge with them. I think Jamal Rashad fits the usual profile, very narcissistic, very self-obsessed, grandiose claims. He has 90,000 followers, by the way, on Instagram. And of course, he has a YouTube following and so forth. This is the wave of the future. Groups called cults are recruiting online, and anybody could be targeted.
Peace to the gods and goddesses of Planet Kai. This has been brought to you by the ancestors first, then the University of Cosmic Intelligence. Real up a rich. Now we rise. I leave as I come. One.
Now, do that sound like a cult? Be honest. Do that sound like a cult? No. It does not. And when you say, now we rise, he's talking about the elements. He's talking about us. The planet itself. The awareness of our consciousness. All that, man. Right? That's not a code. You know what I'm saying? That's just reality. Everything is rising. And they're scared. And that's what's going on. And this is why they're doing things like this in 2024. Like, no, man. It's going to get to a point. Everybody going to be on the same page, man. And we're going to get this planet back, man. Simple as that.
Shay.
Rashad Jamal boasts thousands of followers on Instagram and TikTok, where he speaks the word of his group. That includes promoting polygamy, living off the grid, and anti-government beliefs that sound a lot like conspiracy theories.
Winner not real.
Really?
The true name, it's a weapon. The true name of winner is
Really? They got the audacity to say conspiracy theory. Really? How, dude? Really? It's nothing. Ain't no conspiracy. Man, I do not like the people who use that conspiracy. Like, do not do that because it's not a conspiracy. It's very much real. We know winter is not real. Winter is fake. No, they really came up with words to make sure we stay in the loop. Do y'all get that? They really came up with words just to make sure we stay in this loop. No, bro, enough is enough. Like for real, enough
Sub-Zero
is enough.
technology. They made fake clouds, and then they put ice crystals in the clouds, and then they used these fake 5G towers to activate these fake ice crystals in these clouds. So this is how they be looking, right? We've seen this before, y'all, and never thought nothing of it. All them birds on the power line, you don't be thinking of it, but they sitting there actually charging up. All right, these are your government drones. They are
Now,
fly.
how's this a conspiracy? How? That's obviously they're doing something up there, right? It's right in our face. And then this is how they want to do. That's why they be putting that word out, conspiracy, to cover up the truth. No, it's the truth. Don't try to conspiracy nothing. Cause like they trying to prove that it's real. Ain't no conspiracy, dude. Hate that word.
All over,
Hate
they
it.
record surveillance.
Does that make things more tricky because the internet can go anywhere? I mean, you don't have to be in a physical proximity of a cult leader or organization. You can just Google it and kind of get sucked in that way. Does that mean that we're all more at risk?
Sierra, I think it's even more ominous than that. I think that minor children can be recruited online with their parents not even knowing that they're interacting with a cult or a cult leader, because anyone with a smartphone, anyone with access to the internet, is possibly a target for cult recruitment. And we've seen this over and over and over again. I mean, there was a group that recently has been exposed. I dealt with them over the years, called Love Has Won, led by Amy Carlson. There's a documentary about her calling herself Mother God. She would recruit online, raise money online, and constantly do events streaming online. Another group with a leader who also, by the way, is in jail, like Rashad Jamal in Georgia, is a group that called itself the Ethereans and later Carbon Nation, led by Elizio Bishop, who's now, for abuse, like Rashad Jamal, in jail. He recruited online and would sequester his followers at an Airbnb in Central America. So this could happen to anyone, and recruitment online is now the norm.
Right now, Rashad Jamal is serving an 18-year.
That's crazy, dude. It's like they painted it like this picture on him, like this image. It's not even real. That's sad, man. See how they trying to tear his image up, man. Well, we gotta do something, man. Ain't no way, man. We gotta keep pushing, man, for real. Just cause they got him, bro, we gotta keep going, man. If you out there, you got some kind of knowledge, you should be on YouTube posting that. If you gotta download anything, you should be on YouTube posting that. Stop being scared and get in front of the camera. I don't care. You don't feel like you're too smart. You don't know everything, bro. You do, okay? You have all the answers in your soul, man. You know. Your intuition be talking to you, man. And listen to it, because it will guide you. Indeed.
Prison sentence in Georgia for multiple child molestation
This
and
is a
child
bunch of
cruelty
BS, man.
convictions.
A bunch of
He was
BS.
sentenced back in August and has since filed a motion for a new trial. Now, he's been convicted of multiple crimes.
I remember being in that live when he went to go pick up his son. So, come on, dude. Like, why would he do that? He got his own son. He ain't got nothing. Come on, man. Stop. Really? And then they got the audacity to put him on law and crime. It's a shame, yeah. I wish I still had, look, to be honest, I used to record his lives. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be in his lives all the time. I was recording, so I know everything they saying is just BS. Right? Like, come on, man. Beat this, man. And on live with he had his son too. Like, then his baby mama didn't even want him to even have his own son. Like, really? I feel like it's really like his baby mama gotta be an agent or something. I'm not gonna lie, she gotta be working with them people. Cause that's dude, really? It's the dumbest stuff ever. It's all I really it's her. His baby mama, man. That lady right there, man. She's gotta be an agent or something. For real. And then he was giving her money. Yo, this lady, dude, she's an agent. She's an agent. 100%. 100%.
Does that make things more difficult? I mean, the cult leader is behind bars. How is he going to communicate?
Well, that's interesting because, Warren Jeffs, who is now in prison in Texas for horrible abuse of children, raping minor children, he still runs the cult, the polygamous cult called the FLDS, from prison. So it is possible for leaders to continue to communicate with their followers, even though they are incarcerated. Sounds crazy, but that's what is going on.
It's not the first time Rashad Jamal or his followers have been involved in criminal
What I
activity.
don't like right now is they are comparing him to other leaders that's not even indigenous to this planet. Who is them? Like, why are y'all breaking them up? It's like they trying to get their point across, right? Like, no. This this man is not like that. Cut it out, man. You can just like, come on, like watching his lives. Why would he need to do something like that? Why? I don't know why the universe wanted it to happen like this, but everything happens for a reason. Maybe he needed to go through this. I don't know, right? But it's got to be something bigger behind it. Something is coming for sure. Cause this is some BS, dude. I watched every live streams. Watching him, he didn't give off none of that energy, man. Just a dude that was just trying to spread awareness to his people, man. Right? To get us to better understand ourselves, understand what we under. Right? He always said we was on a light code lockdown. And I believe that. We are on a light code lockdown. This is why they got all these laws, food, all this stuff in intact organizations, all this, man. Capitalism, money, like jobs. Like, if anybody is the enemy is them. America is the enemy. Or SA, which is you know what I'm trying to say. SA America is the real ones.
Damien Winslow Washam was eventually found not guilty by reason of insanity for murdering his mother with a sword. Crystal Pickens was sentenced to life in prison, and Yasmeen Hyder sentenced to 35 years after robbing and murdering a Florida college student back in 2022. So does that relate at all to the case here of these missing people, that some of the followers could be dangerous?
Well, I think that this particular group, led by Rashad, is dangerous. I mean, he's in prison for violent crimes against children. And so what we see is that there is a feeling that the ends justify the means, which is a typical philosophy in cults. In other words, if I, the leader, say that it is just for you to execute someone that I feel is an enemy of our higher power, of our existence, then you should do it. And it's not really a crime morally or ethically, because the ends justify the means. And so many times with cult groups, we see them, going off the rails into criminal activity, led by a leader who feels that there should be no limit to their power.
Beyond committing dangerous crimes, police in Missouri also report the missing cult members acting in strange ways, such as running
How's this
outside.
strange? How's it strange? They just sit in the sun. There's nothing strange about this. They're just out in nature, in the backyard. Like, what? How is it strange? She over here meditating. He's meditating. Yo, these people would do anything to keep this planet to them. They would do anything to keep us as slaves to this matrix that they build for us. They would do anything. This is insane that they even going to this point to even like do this. Like, really? Really? Come on, man.
During a rainstorm or digging things up in their yard.
People that are in groups called cults, at the dictates or
Does it look like they digging up stuff? No. They sit it in nature. So that's cap. That's a bunch of BS.
suggestion of their leader may do really bizarre things. I mean, let's look at the followers of Amy Carlson, Mother God. She would make demands of them.
Why is they comparing to this? Like, who is this? She's not even indigenous to this planet. Right? I'm not, no offense to, like, you know what I'm saying, but she's not. Like, she probably an agent working for y'all. Just saying. It be like that. Like, come on, man. Get out of here. Is this even a real TV show? Like,
They would do odd things. In the end, when she died, they would not accept her death, and they wrapped her body in Christmas lights and worshiped it. So there are groups and there are followers that we see that seem to be detached from reality. The leader creates a new reality, and that becomes their new normal.
But making choices dictated by one sole leader leads down a slippery slope. What is the danger of somebody idolizing another human, putting them above everyone else?
I think the danger of worshiping a cult leader is that the leader has no real accountability, and that the leader is saying, I represent a higher power. So if you question me, you are questioning God. You are questioning that higher power. And so you feel that you cannot question the leader. And therefore, the leader can rationalize or justify anything. And this leads to abuse. That kind of power with no checks, no balances, unfettered, is what we see over and over again playing out in scenarios where children are hurt, where people are, denied proper medical care, or they become involved in crime.
it's only one right side to this, right? To all of us. Who's right? Are they right? Or is he right? You know what I'm saying? This matrix, is it right? Is this the right way to live? Is this the right way we should all be living on this planet? Getting up, sleeping at a job, paying for fruits that grows from the earth for free? Is that the really the right way? Right? No one would be even acting like this if everything was free. Right? If everyone had an abundance of everything that they needed to survive on this planet, right? No one would be. So, America, your time is up. You had your fun. You really had your fun for years. Pitting us in school, making us work, making us eat crappy foods. Your time has come and it's here, alright? It's over with. Y'all trying to do all this little last minute stuff. It's not gonna work. We got more people that's aware he's not the only one. He already woke everyone up. And now that we are awoken, there's no going back. There's no going back asleep.
Criminal schemes. And of course, what we
BS,
see is
BS,
their
BS, BS,
finances
BS.
become
Not trying to hear.
depleted. The leader takes whatever he or she can get from them by maxing out their credit cards, getting them to liquidate assets, etc. The key is accountability and transparency, and cult leaders don't have either.
With this case, 6 missing people who have not been seen or heard from in months comes concern for the 2 and 3-year-old children involved. Majority of the people who vanished are adults, and they follow a group that urges them to go off the grid. So if they don't want to be found, is that their right not to be found?
The key issue right now with these adults that have gone off the grid, disappeared because of Rashad, is that they also have minor children. And this is the tragedy of groups like this, that children have no choice, that they are dependent upon their parents to look out for them, to protect them. And so when parents become enthralled with a cult leader and under undue influence, the children often suffer. And we've seen this play out in group after group after group. One of the worst being the children of God, where the leader mandated that children as young as 4 be sexually abused. So children can become caught in the situation of a cult because of their parents. And I think that is something probably that the families fear, that are now wondering where their grandchildren, their nieces, nephews are.
But Ross says there are ways to remedy the situation.
Well, hopefully, Child Protective Services will become involved, because Rashad is in prison for abusing children. And so there is a history of child
Children.
abuse with this particular group.
Children? Why he say it like that? Why did he emphasize like that? Like, that's what he doing. That's not. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, man. I can't. They really done put a fake case on my boy. Like just a couple years ago, my boy was out here speaking truth. You know what I'm saying? And now that's what he did now. And when did they, how do you even just put a case on him like that? How you gonna bring up some stuff in him, from the past, if it did happen in the past, and then bring it up now and put a case on him? Because that's what it seemed like was going on. They seemed like they went to a past to something had happened, and you waited this long just to put a case on them. That's how you know something ain't right about this. What's going on? This is a bunch of BS. His baby mama is an agent, and then she working with these people, man. She probably getting paid too.
So that would be one immediate thing, to interview the children and find out how they've been treated, how they're doing, etc. As far as the parents are concerned, this is very difficult. People have a right to believe whatever they wish, but that doesn't mean they can do whatever they want in the name of those beliefs. So I think unless the parents have committed.
Wow. Y'all do whatever y'all want, right? Y'all put whatever y'all want in the foods. Y'all put whatever chemicals y'all want in the foods. Why can't we do what we want? Right? Yeah. Now, what if everybody just quit their jobs? What are y'all gonna do? Everything's gonna crumble, buddy. And everybody just live off grid, and we learn how to build our own homes, build our own solar homes, or whatever we want to build to make sure we survive off grid. What are you guys gonna do now? We don't need y'all no more. Alright? We don't need your jobs anymore. Because we're building our own stuff. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get to that point. Everything is gonna crumble. Alright? I can't believe this is what I'm saying right now. And they really keeping up a lie. They gotta do all this just to keep up a lie. Look how much they gotta do just to keep up a lie. Strategically, like look at this.
Crimes, they may just go along their way. Perhaps the parents will help them to reconsider their commitment to Rashad Jamal.
For family members of those involved in a cult, Ross has a specific suggestion.
Well, the first thing I would advise is don't be confrontational and don't argue and be negative. Don't look at your family members, say, oh, you're in a cult.
Capitalism. Look. Cults inside out. This nigga. This dude done made a book. I didn't even say that. But he done made a book. Cults inside out. Capitalism. He finna make some money off of this. Ain't nobody reading your book, buddy. Keep it to yourself. You don't want
because they may go back to other members and the leader and share that you have said that, and then you may be cut off completely. So I would instead be a good listener, listen to what they have to say. When you have the time, copy down some notes. Go online and use the internet for a constructive purpose, which would be doing research.
Look what he's like saying right now. It's almost like he's basically agreeing to like everything he really saying. What Rashad Jamal was saying is right. It's almost like he agreeing right now. I'm not gonna lie. Is he agreeing right now? It seemed like that's what's going on. You need to do it in the map. No. We need our planet back ASAP. That's what we need right now. And just like y'all just took it from us, like, no, we need our planet back. Okay, we could work things out, but it seems like y'all don't never want to work things out. Y'all always want to make things difficult. So that's what we gotta do now, man. We gotta go off grid. We gotta do stuff like that. So don't try to make it like he's just this bad guy. Like, no, he's not.
About the particular group or leader so that you can get a better handle on it. And you might consider eventually doing an intervention, but that would be something that you should carefully consider after doing quite a bit of research and discussion with the larger family.
He also urges family and friends to avoid blaming anyone.
I think it's really important not to blame and shame cult survivors or cult victims. No one joins a cult intentionally.
Not a cult.
They're basically tricked and then trapped emotionally and psychologically by the group and the leader. So I think for us to blame or shame people that become involved.
Shut up. They just want to call it a cult because he done woke up so many people, and that's like, oh, look at this group coming at us. They all awakening. It's not a cult. It's BS. Everything he just said was BS. This whole everything they were talking about was BS. A bunch of bull crap. Cause y'all already got a case on him right now. Why y'all trying to add this? This is not his fault that they doing this. He's already in jail. Like how? How y'all gonna put another case on him? Or try to connect this to him? Like, come on, man. This is definitely an inside job. They know what they are doing. He spread too much truth, right? They didn't like that. So they're gonna do anything and everything in their power to destroy his image now. This is what they're trying to do. It's not gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna work. So he already awakened us. We already got awakened. It's no going backwards, man. We're only going forward. Alright.
Is a mistake, and it serves no useful purpose.
The Berkeley Police Department in Missouri
Emotionally and psychologically by the group and the leader. So I think for us to blame or shame people that become involved is a mistake, and it serves.
Yeah. So stop trying to connect this right here to what he's doing. No. It's a bunch of BS, man. And then they calling it a code still. Like, no, it's not. And I just feel like this is just a bunch of BS for real, dude. The fact that they even making this video like this shows that everything he was talking about was truth. Even calling it a cult goes to show you that everything he was talking about was the truth. And he woke up so many people to now they want to call it a cult. America's a cult. If anything, if we a cult, you a cult. Y'all a cult too. Don't try to flip the script on us, cause we awakening. And he awakened so many people. Don't try to do that, man. All right, I'm not gonna end it right here. I'm gonna see what boy Arquez had to say about this too. I want to see his point of view on this. I'll be right back.
Entire network of friends is now within this group, but it doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly but surely, and in this sense, people don't really realize how far they've gone with these groups because it is a step-by-step increment process.
What we now see as out of the ordinary, cult members may begin to find as reasonable.
I think normal becomes whatever it is within the kind of network or bubble that you exist in online. So what we're seeing is people embedding in kind of networks online where they're only communicating with other like-minded people and constantly being reinforced in whatever their new normal is as dictated by the leader. So we think it's crazy, but then we're dealing with the world at large. These people are often cut off, as we hear, from their family, from their old friends, and they're embedded in this alternate reality, this other world online, in which they are following people that are like-minded, conversing with people online, and following, streaming and YouTube videos. It can become, completely encapsulating, where people really have no other access to the real world.
The real world. The real world. I don't think this dude did any research about Rashad Jamal.
Mm-hmm.
All Rashad Jamal speaks about is the real world that we live in today. We're in America, a country built off of slavery, a country built off of bloodshed, a country built off of forced labor.
Right.
I don't think this man really did his research on what Rashad Jamal speaks about. Rashad Jamal is not a cult leader. He just speaks on what everybody in America already feeling. We already feel like this. We just
Exactly.
have somebody that just speaking. By
Right.
you taking Rashad Jamal down and all the greats like Rashad Jamal, Dr. Malachi York, Uneligible Muhammad, if I said that right, Angela Davis. This has been history of them taking down black revolutionaries or people that just speaks about truth to get civil rights for black people, or should I say melanated people, carbon-based people, the original man. This is the real world. So I don't think this man is fit enough to really be interviewed by whoever that lady was about what's going on in the black community, because they're automatically gonna say it's cult when it goes against America's standards type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really sovereignty at the end of the day. But we're gonna keep moving forward.
Ross says
Oh.
things start out innocently enough, oftentimes when people are down on their luck.
Well, I think the narrative is usually people are going through a difficult time in their life, and that happens to all of us. We go through bad patches, and they have the bad luck to be approached by someone who introduces them to some group or weekend seminar program or something that seems rather innocent, but in fact is a cult. And the person who's talking to you about
A
this
cult.
group or activity could be a coworker, a friend, someone you know, someone you trust.
As Ross explains, there are several things that determine whether a group is actually a cult.
Well, we look for three things to form the core, the nucleus of what a destructive cult would be. Number one, is the leader the defining element and driving force of the group? And is the leader a dictator with no meaningful accountability? And has
Mm.
he or she become an object of worship? Second, does the leader manipulate people in identifiable ways that line up with coercive persuasion? In other words, is he gaslighting people? Is he manipulating them, isolating them from family and friends to control what they hear, what they see, to gain undue influence? And finally, three, having gained influence, does the leader use it to take advantage of his or her followers, exploit them, and do harm to them?
Mm. This sounds a lot like America.
Well,
They use the phones to manipulate our children. They use frequencies in the music, 5G towers to manipulate people.
see what I was saying?
Fluoride in the water.
They trying to flip the script on him like he's the bad guy. He's the villain. Oh, you gotta make sure we tame this dude. He's a criminal. Like, see how they criminalizing him like this? And these guys, America is the biggest criminals. Oh man. And then you guys want to call it a cult. You guys are the biggest criminals on this planet. Dude, y'all got us paying for fruits that grows from the ground. And then when you even go get to get the fruits, they not even fresh. Y'all are the biggest criminals. And it goes to show you when you look at the fruits in the stores. Y'all even killing the fruit. Oh my God. And and he's a criminal here. Rashad Jamal is the criminal, and you guys are over here killing fruit. This is funny because they really trying to do anything in their power. They would do anything. They would say anything. They would come up with new words just to make sure America stays American. You know what I'm saying? They would make sure that this system that they got going keep going.
Water. Fluoride in the toothpaste. Everybody know what fluoride does to the brain. Adolf
Tell 'em.
Hitler used fluoride to make the Jews docile before he did what he did to them. Now, America's doing the same thing to their people.
Exactly.
So this sounds a lot like America. And then as far as taking advantage of the people, how many homeless people is in America because they don't want to be taken advantage of?
Facts.
Y'all want us to work jobs, and every job we work, we got to pay taxes. We don't want to work a job. We want to run our own business. Still got to pay taxes.
Still gotta pay taxes.
America's still in debt. Taken advantage of. When America was built, it was built off of slavery. Y'all literally went to Africa. I don't even want to get into the Indians that was already here, but who went to Africa in the jungle, snatched black kids and melanated carbon beings from their family, and took advantage of them and made them work labor for America.
Wow.
If that's not a cult, then I don't know what is. Y'all act like Rashad Jamal was running down the street, unaliving all the police officers and everybody. This man just came online and spoke truth, came together and run the black community together. Didn't do nothing as far as how America has done their people.
Never.
But it's automatically a destructive organization. It doesn't make any sense to me. But let's keep going.
In this case, Ross believes the University of Cosmic Intelligence is in fact a cult, and that Rashad Jamal is its leader. The leader of this alleged cult.
You know what a real cult is? The KKK. That's a real cult.
That was
where
a good
they
one,
have
Erica. That's okay.
secret meetings and
Yeah.
they do rituals and go in the forest and burn crosses and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or let's go to another cult. Freemasons. That's a cult. A secret society.
Mm-hmm.
This man didn't have none of that. This man just was coming online speaking truth. And
That's
did
it.
meet and greets him.
And he's by himself. Just in front of a phone. Like, come on, man. Y'all can't call nobody a cult. They can't. See how they trying to be a hypocrite? Like, no. Now that you feel like everyone is separated and we all awakening from different parts of the planet. Now you want to call it a cult because we all are awakening, becoming more aware. Because that's all that's really going on. Becoming more aware. Right? To y'all BS. Stop it, man. I'm tired of her saying the cult too. Man. They really had the audacity to call him that. And you people are putting chemicals in the food and killing us slowly. Putting the chemicals in the sky, killing us slowly. Making us work. For what? Like, y'all are the criminals. Okay? Stop trying to change the subject and put it on us. No. It's y'all, America. It's you.
In there and gave money to the homeless people. How is that a destructive organization? Doesn't make any sense. Teaching melanated people about themselves, about how your skin absorbs sunlight and absorbs sun rays, telling us about dreams, astral projecting, tell us about how meditation helps you. How
Right.
is this a destructive cult? It's destructive to the American construct. That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Destructive to the system. The system that has been jailing black people for basically nothing for years.
Basically nothing.
It's a threat. He's a threat to the system, but he's helping people. It doesn't make any sense. But we see this time after time after time. But we're going to keep moving forward.
Or group. His name is Rashad White. He goes by Rashad Jamal. And according to his Instagram, he's a self-proclaimed prophet. He calls himself a revolutionary, and he calls himself also a luminous being. Is it possible that he believes in all of this?
In my experience, most of the cult leaders that I deal with are grifters, con men. They don't really believe their own hype.
Wow.
If they do cross that line, it becomes dangerous because then they are delusional and may harm the people that are following them by acting basically insane, unplugging from reality, taking all of their followers over the edge with them. I think Jamal Rashad fits the usual profile, very narcissistic, very self obsessed, grandiose claims. He has 90,000 followers, by the way, on Instagram.
Notice y'all see that little pharaoh that y'all see that pharaoh that he has on his channel. They had to just did this because Rashad Jamal just dropped the interview that pretty much explaining and exposing how from jail, because he's still going live from jail. His YouTube is the University of Cosmic Intelligence, but he just dropped an interview pretty much exposing and telling the truth about the case. Soon as they saw that, now they come out with this video a day later
Right.
on Law and Crime. It's like they know what they're doing. They see what this man is doing. It has nothing to do about no child. I don't even know if I can say that word, case that he was convicted of. That's all I got to say. And I'm comment if y'all want me to react to that interview. I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but let me know, man. This shit crazy.
And of course, he has a YouTube following and so forth. This is the wave of the future. Groups called cults are recruiting online, and anybody could be targeted.
It's not about recruiting online. The internet has given the people a voice.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
giving the people a voice, something that America did not allow people to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the government way or no way.
Yeah.
We are speaking about things. He's speaking about things. People on the internet, even TikTok. That's why they try to ban TikTok, because TikTok was one of the things that gave people a voice. All Rashad Jamal did was spoke the truth and how already other people already feel.
Mm-hmm.
It gave people a voice, because some people is tired of living in this American system. We feel like we have no way out. The internet has given us a way out to at least speak how we feel, to
You're
reach
right.
people that we
Exactly, man. It's like we just trapped in this like this dome of just suffering. You know, like, dude, we're tired of it. Everyone's tired of it. Everyone's tired. You even hear you be hearing the rants they be on TikTok saying I'm tired of the high bills and all this, man. People are tired of it, and it's going to get to a point where everybody's going to be on the same page, and we should be like, "That's it, that's it. You had enough." Everyone's going to try to quit their job, or they're just going to, you know, probably just have a business. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get to a point we're going to keep advancing it and keep advancing to the point where they're going to want to cut off the internet. Now y'all want to take away the internet from us. But like, dang, we can't have nothing. But y'all see what they doing? How they, man, they would do it. Like I said, they would do anything to make sure their system keep going. Anything. They don't even want us to have a voice now. Like, dang. And it's crazy how the internet backfired. Because back then, it was not like this on the internet at all. The internet was not like this. You know what I'm saying? It was more like just a lot of programming stuff back then. Just a lot of BS on the internet. Now we at a stage where people are awakening, finding out about things, learning new things about ourselves that we didn't know. And they don't like that. They don't like that, man. They
we
don't.
didn't know we could reach. To find people that's like minded. But
Right.
it's like if it goes against American constructs, it's automatically a cult. It's
Right.
automatically a danger to society. Like
Yep.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Peace to the gods and goddesses of Planet Kai. This has been brought to you by the ancestors first, then the University of Cosmic Intelligence, Real Up and Rich. Now we rise. I leave as I come. One, Ashe.
Rashad Jamal boasts thousands of followers on Instagram and TikTok, where he speaks the word of his group. That includes promoting polygamy, living off the grid, and anti-government beliefs that sound a lot like conspiracy theories.
Winner not real. The true name, it's a weapon. The true name of winner is called Sub-Zero Technology. They made fake clouds, and then they put ice crystals in the clouds. And then they use these fake 5G towers to activate these fake ice crystals in these clouds. So this is how they be looking, right? We've seen this before, y'all, and never thought nothing of it. All them birds on the power line, you don't be thinking of it, like, oh. But they sitting there actually charging up. All right? These are your government drones. They fly all over, they record surveillance.
Does that make things more tricky? Because
See what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Rashad Jamal sound like he crazy. But I'm gonna show y'all a few videos to really show y'all what this man really speaks about, because that was mere nothing.
Religious. What prophet did not go to jail? Jesus Christ himself was sought after by the law, the police of that day. Right? Why? Because he was speaking out against the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Who was the Sadducees and the Pharisees in religion in Jesus' day? That would be your modern day Pope today. That's the church. So for people that's religious, y'all be trying to be religious, and you don't even understand that in the gospel, Jesus was against the church. Jesus is not real, but the story is. But let's pretend the story is. Let's pretend that Jesus himself was real. So that would mean that Jesus was killed by the church. I've already proven it, y'all.
Speaking pretty much truth. Let's keep going.
And you can't trust no celebrities, because all the celebrities have sold their magnetism. You know, the soul is magnetism. All right? So that's what selling your soul is. It means, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of money, and now we need you to push this agenda. And because you are a God, you have a magnetic field to you. So you'll be able to pull a lot of people to our agenda. That's what selling the soul really is. Not none of that fake ass demonic, oh, he sold a fake devil with a red jumpsuit.
You see, it's just truth. It's just truth. Let's keep going. A few more videos.
If you don't have neuromelanin and carbon, that means you're not a dark matter energy being. Now, what's dark matter energy? Dark matter energy is divine feminine energy combined with divine masculine energy. That's presence. When you go past neuromelanin and you talk about dark matter energy was formed in 9 ethers. So when you're dealing with the 9, these are the most powerful beings in the cosmos. Any beings that's in the 9 ethers or the 9th universe, right? These are the most powerful beings throughout the entire multiverse. We descend from the astral realms down here. So as we descend, we have to have bodies that we can take on. So all that dark matter manifests in this physical reality, right? As carbon and neuromelanin. We are so radiant. We are radiant beings that the sun actually empowers us. The sun should kill us too. The sun is an actual solar weapon. We literally channel the frequency of the sun. We give life to the sun. Like, you have to understand, the sun is an actual weapon. It's an actual weapon. That's why they can't let it shine 24 motherfucking 7. That's the whole reason that they created clouds. Let's not forget why the clouds were created. The clouds were created to literally block out the sun. No other reason. So when you think of this shit, nigga, look at the sun, nigga. That's a chromosome. The radiance around it is called a chromosphere. The chromosphere of the sun. Right. Yeah. Us. Right. So when you see that motherfucking sun in the sky, nigga, think about the heat you feel off that bitch. Now imagine us full of those. So 9 ether beings with DEA, we share a connection with the plants. We have chloroplasts within our 9 series of triple helix DEA. This is why your species, because if you're a human being and you're here, that means you're vibrating high. But I'm talking about your species, the hierarchy human beings, the low vibration, not the racist human beings, not the good ones. This is why your people attacked us.
For some reason,
Really speaking esoteric knowledge, really speaking science, really telling black people, melanated people, deeper information about themselves instead of talking about killing, drive-by shooting. If Rashad Jamal was promoting killing, drive-by shooting, let's kill each other, let's spin the block, he would have been out today. But no, he's saying no. The sun feeds our pores. Speaking real science, teaching us that it's a chromosphere around the sun. Teaching us everything that school supposed to teach us the right way, but what school does it teaches us it, but it says we are disconnected from the sun. It'll tell us that sun gives us sunburn. Or if you look at the sun, you will go blind. I've been looking at the sun. It's called sun gazing. I and my ancestors have been looking at the sun since the beginning of time, since we had eyes to see. Because melanin absorbs sunlight. And the reason melanated people, black people, eyes are brown is because we have melanin in our eyes, which allows us to look at the sun. Not every race can do this. Not every race has melanin in their eyes. So he's pretty much saying, okay, even though Caucasian and melanated people, yes, it doesn't matter, we live together, but we are two different beings. We have two different anatomies. I can look at the sun. I can be in the sun without sunscreen. A Caucasian can't without sunscreen. Some Caucasians can, but after a certain amount of time, it's going to start hurting and it's going to give you skin cancer. I've been in the sun for years, sun gazing, sunbathing. I don't get that. No sunscreen. So it's clearly a difference between these two different beings. Yes, but we are equal. We want to come together. We want to go to the same schools. Martin Luther King's dream. Yes, that's all cute and all, but we are not the same being. We have different anatomies. Even when it comes to our hair follicles, we have actual, I like to call it ether. Other races have flat hair, aka a fur type of hair. We have different anatomies. What heals me might not heal you. What heals a Caucasian might not heal me. I can get vitamin D straight from the sun. Other races have to get it from pills and all kind of other fruits and stuff. I can get it from the sun. But we will keep moving forward. It's all this man spoke about was science, anatomy, esoteric knowledge, cosmic knowledge. And so NASA can do it, but we can't do it. That's all I'm saying, bro.
These are different names that they gave our ancestors because of how we was killing their ass. And what was he wanted for? Wanted by the U.S. government for the murder of an entire military outpost. Yeah. This was the Illinois. See them names on there? Left hand, look. Left hand boy, Swift Hawk, blind man, kills in sight. Remember, the Florida Seminoles was using alligators. All right? Redbird and burn. We was using little elk. He was using elks. You see what I'm saying? We was using animals, everything. We was using the whole forest still. We was still in tune back then. Walking eagle. Why did they call them that? Because they was using this stuff, you know? Like they was using stuff. Like, listen, man, we been using, man, look, our roots run so deep. Our roots run so deep, man. You hear me? We wasn't playing. Your ancestors didn't fuck around about this freedom shit. And this was all behind them trying to take our land. Yes, they wanted by the U.S. government before. Why did he do that? Because they was trying to take our land.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They was raping the same shit they own. This is about this war. They was trying to prevent what ended up happening. Their kids, us coming up in this. Facts. Better remember who you is, man. You feel me? And remember Chief Chicago and the fight in the line, how they gave it up. Remember the Florida Seminoles, how they gave it up. Them y'all ancestors too. When you needing that courage and that inspiration to remember how we move. When the cause right and it's justice, like right now, we don't want to go to war, but they ain't gonna give us nothing back. They not just gonna give it back to us.
Teaching us real about our ancestors and how we fought for this land back. Abraham Lincoln did not free us off of just, I don't, how a nigga who had slaves gonna just free us out the blue? No, we fought our way out. The Gullah Wars.
Right.
With the Seminoles, all kind of battles that have happened. Y'all didn't just free us. We fought our way out. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Gullah Geechee, so I know my roots about the Gullah Wars. So like, what's going on?
To us? You think they gonna just give it back to us? Look at this, y'all. They didn't forget that. Wanted by the U.S. government for the murder of an entire military outpost. You talking 50 to 60 to maybe 100 men, armed men. One God did that once by
That's
himself.
crazy.
Come on, they didn't forget that. The oppressors didn't forget this type of shit. They ain't giving us nothing back. Why you think they gonna give us back? They had to work hard to get it. Our ancestors ain't make it easy. We ain't make it easy. We ain't just give it up. That's what I'm saying. They hide all these stories to keep the rebel spirit down. It's already in you to rise.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep it down, you know what I'm saying? They try to hide that type of shit. But right now they kidnapping our babies, killing our kids. How's we supposed to react? Making us pay for everything. We gotta go work for shit. This our land. We don't want a war for it. Can we just get it back? But they ain't gonna just give it back. So what does that mean? Okay, we've already marched. Our ancestors ain't marched, man. Come on, man. That's why they hide that. They don't want you to remember. They don't want you to know, hey, they don't want you. That's too much more pain on top of pain. So you're like, hold on. Now, when you find out you're an Indian, so you're like, hold on. So first off, we was the Indians first. You telling me you telling me we was the Indians first, and then they enslaved us and they renamed us. We became African American slaves. And then after they freed us, they divided us into African Americans and Latin Americans. We became Puerto Ricans and everything else. And black people. So, yes, that's what happened. Yes. Yes. Yes, nigga. So then you really be like, oh, this is my land. Fight. Like, you know this your land if you know you the Indians. You're like, damn, hold on. The Indians was already here. Oh, damn, we the Indians? Yes. And before you were Indians, you was just gods. You became Indians after you fell in frequency. It's been a long time coming, Reflections. You got to remember who you are, man. This is an ancient war. This is ancient energies here. All right.
That should be self-explanatory who this man
Right.
is. Like,
Right.
speaking truth, telling us who we really are, giving us knowledge that has been hidden from us. Instead of learning his story, I'm learning my story. History is his story, American story. What about my story? When it comes to my story, they call it mystery. My, when you spell it out, is M-Y, my, S-T-E-R-Y. No, that's supposed to be my story. Because they call it mystery because they want you to think that it's not real. No, it's my story. Mystery is actually my story. My carbon story. His story is actually the American construct story of what they want us to know. Oh, y'all started off as slaves. Y'all came from Africa. We took y'all on boats. No, my story is I already had family members already here. I'm the original Indian. My family has Indian in my family. Gullah Geechee was one of the tribes. Like, what's going on? Cherokee, Seminoles. We've been here. We didn't come from no Africa. Not all of us came from no Africa. Some of us did, but not all.
Right.
They don't teach y'all about really the Moors in school. At least high school, maybe college, I don't know. But hey, that just go to show who this man is. But let's get back to the video, man.
Because the internet can go anywhere. I mean, you don't have to be in a physical proximity of a cult leader or organization. You can just Google it and kind of get sucked in that way. Does that mean that we're all more at risk?
Sierra, I think it's even more ominous than that. I think that minor children can be recruited online with their parents not even knowing that they're interacting with a cult or a cult leader, because anyone with a smartphone, anyone with access to the internet is possibly a target for cult recruitment. And we've seen this over and over and over again. I mean, there was a group that recently has been exposed. I dealt with them over the years, called Love Has Won, led by Amy Carlson. There's a documentary about her calling herself Mother God. She would recruit online, raise money online, and constantly do events streaming online. Another group with the leader who also, by the way, is in jail, like Rashad Jamal in Georgia, is a group that called itself the Ethereans and later Carbon Nation, led by
Now,
Eliseo Bishop, who's
now he's comparing Rashad Jamal. If y'all don't know who this is Nature Boy. I seen him coming up, in New York when Sa Neter. I used to love watching Sa Neter when all the people went out to the block and just kept speaking knowledge. If you don't know nothing about that, type in Sa Neter, Saneter, and look how black melanated gods who actually has knowledge. Not every black person kills or have to go to college, or people actually have real knowledge and they go and Sarnetta created pretty much a platform where people with real knowledge could go against each other and really battle. It's called the battle of the brains, nigga. That's the base. So go watch that. That's how we found out about Young Pharaoh, brother Polite, Nature Boy was out there, all kind of greats, all kind of greats. So I want y'all to go look at that Sarnetta. But I heard about Nature Boy. I heard what they were saying, the stuff that he did. I watched a few of his videos, but it's like I see who he was helping people. He was helping black people. He was showing how the polygamous relationship, as far as how black people can do polygamy, and but it's some negative stuff that came from Nature Boy's way. So I don't pretty much fully know about that situation. Y'all let me know in the comments what he did to make people not like him. But yeah, y'all let me know. They're pretty much just trying to compare them to, because they're speaking about actual knowledge for melanated people.
Now, for abuse, like Rashad Jamal in jail. He recruited online and would sequester his followers at an Airbnb in Central America. So this could happen to anyone, and recruitment online is now the norm.
Right now, Rashad Jamal is serving an 18-year prison sentence in Georgia for multiple child molestation and child cruelty convictions.
And this how they get them. This how they get all the black people that's trying to break out the system, or
Listen,
move
it's
forward
ridiculous.
with reality, knowing that the reality that we've been given is a false reality. As soon as we come to this planet, we are being shot with shots, vaccines. We got to take all the vaccines, even the COVID-19 vaccine that was created less than a year, less a few months. People took all the vaccines and still got sick. So if you still got sick, what did you really put in your body? As advanced technology as America has, you don't think they put nanotechnology in your body? You don't think they put all kind of, you don't know what's in your body. So they like to put people in jail and say, "Oh, he's," to try to ruin their image. "Oh, he touched children. He did this. He did that." Well, lucky for me, I actually was in the courtroom. I'm hearing the baby mama lie. I'm
Mm.
hearing the court lie. I'm hearing them keep bringing up his YouTube. His YouTube don't have nothing to do with the case. I'm hearing these people bringing up the YouTube and trying to pretty much point him out like he's an evil person. We already know about baby mama drama. We already know, oh, you touched the kid. Like, I saw the whole thing. They really framed this man. So I'm just doing the right thing and reacting to this video, knowing that this is a wrong act, knowing that in my soul, seeing all of this happen from my perspective, I know what happened. He spoke truth, empowered melanated black people with knowledge that school doesn't teach us, and they put him in jail for going against and threatening the American construct. That's the truth in my eyes, my perspective of what I've seen.
He was sentenced
Our
back in
kids can see.
August and has since filed a motion for a new trial. Now, he's been
Okay,
convicted of multiple crimes. Does that make things more difficult? I mean, the cult leader is behind bars. How is he going to communicate?
Well, that's interesting because, Warren Jeffs, who is now in prison in Texas for horrible abuse of children, raping minor children, he still runs the cult, the polygamous cult called the FLDS, from prison. So it is possible for leaders to continue to communicate with their followers, even though they are incarcerated. Sounds crazy, but that's what is going on.
It's not the first time Rashad Jamal or his followers have been involved in criminal activity. Damian Winslow Washam was eventually found not guilty by reason of insanity for murdering his mother with a sword. Crystal Pickens was sentenced to life in prison, and Yasmeen Hyder sentenced to 35 years after robbing and murdering a Florida college student back in 2022. So, does that relate at all to the case here of these missing people, that some of the followers could be dangerous?
Well, I think that this particular group, led by Rashad, is dangerous. I mean, he's in prison for violent crimes against children. And so what we see is
They're pretty much trying to frame him for other people's actions. And I've heard like stories and stuff. Follower of Rashad Jamal did a heinous crime. What they're trying to say is that Rashad Jamal is responsible for these people doing these heinous crimes or committing these acts, that Rashad Jamal is responsible for it. They don't even realize this is already in the people. These is already in us. You don't think I feel some type of way of me growing up in Charleston, South Carolina, literally driving past hang trees? It's literally hang trees around pedestals that you can't touch because it's now for display. It's like a museum or something. It's hang trees that you can't touch in America, in where I'm from, Charleston, South Carolina.
Wow.
What if what America has done to melanated people is the reason they did that? What if they just feel like how Rashad Jamal feel and many others? Like Deshaun Steptoe, if you never heard of him, he went and just massacred all kind of police officers. Because y'all don't realize it's actually something called post-traumatic slave disorder. Slavery just ended like 50 years ago, almost no more than 100. We still feeling the effects of slavery, whether you know it or not. We still feel the effects of not liking our own hair. We got all, dang near every melanated girl you walk past is wearing weave. In Africa, they're bleaching their skin to look lighter. This is still affecting us. Trying to look like the slave master's wife so we can get privileges and stuff like that. Like this is post-traumatic slave disorder. We understand the construct we live in America. Some of us just get tired of that. Like, you got to understand that. You got to come up with a program for post-traumatic slave disorder. There's no program for this. We got to actually just go through this and take our anger out on our own people. That's why we kill our own people. Because we don't know why we're in the projects. It's called a project for a reason, because y'all created it. A project.
A project, right?
I think they think we still stupid. I think they think we're some people don't drink fluoride water no more. We understanding. It's the age of Aquarius. We're waking up. It's point blank and simple.
that there is a feeling that the ends justify the means, which is a typical philosophy in cults. In other words, if I, the leader, say that it is just for you to execute someone that I feel is an enemy of our higher power, of our existence, then you should do it. And it's not really a crime morally or ethically, because the ends justify the means. And so many times with cult groups, we see them, going off the rails into criminal activity, led by a leader who feels that there should be no limit to their power.
Beyond committing dangerous crimes, police in Missouri also report the missing cult members acting in strange ways, such as running outside naked during a rainstorm or digging things up in their yard.
She said the people that went missing was found outside doing strange things.
This is not strange at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is meditation.
Exactly. That's what I said.
So you're telling me when a melanated person who understands how the sun heals him and gives him vitamin D, who pays their own bills clearly in their own gated yard, they can't go outside and meditate and dig up
Wow.
rocks and find it's plenty people with those, y'all know those little things on the beach. I forgot what it's called, but to the metal detectors and shit. Niggas
Hmm.
can't do that in their own yard. It's strange and weird.
That's
I don't
crazy.
need, and I'm not racist, but that it seems like it's like before you talk about what melanated people does in order to recharge their energy, do some research about us. Don't tell me I'm doing something strange because I know that the sun replenishes me. So I'm going to go outside and meditate and absorb the sun rays. Look, he's doing a mudra. Type in mudra and mantras. They're doing mudras. So it's not strange for them bald headed people in India to meditate, but it's strange when an American who finally realized who he truly is meditates. And look how they got the daughter out there at a young age realizing who we are on this planet. We tapping into mudras, the same thing they do it. So Egypt. So when you're not black and you're not the original man, you can do it. But now when we black and we realize we not just here to kill our own people, we not here to sell drugs to our own people, to be a heinous person to our own people. We're trying to tap into knowledge in our inner selves, doing mudras, tapping into yoga and inner balance. Now is weird. These people are not fit to do this interview. They don't even know about yoga or nothing like that. Y'all not fit. Get somebody else, cause y'all are clearly have no knowledge. Either that or y'all are playing.
Outside
Hmm.
naked during a rainstorm or digging things up in their yard.
People that are in groups called cults,
And this is how I know he playing, because look what he got behind him. An Egyptian mural. You know something.
Wow.
You just saying what you're saying because you know that it's getting real. You know that the that Egypt actually is America. You know that we are the original people. You know that we're tapping back into ourselves.
Hmm.
You know this. You don't
Look
even
at
look
it.
like a real human. You look like a little reptilian. It's not trying to bully or nothing, but look, this
You
look
do
like
like a
slits in
reptile
his
though.
eyes. I'm just saying, like, don't talk about people, my people. Don't talk about my people like that when you don't know the true knowledge. But it seems like you do. You know something,
Yeah, he
but
gotta
you're
know
just
something. He
saying what
got
you're
the
saying.
Egyptians in the
You can get
back.
some sales on your little book. I understand.
Yeah, he's
I
trying to get some
understand. You're just
sales in the
you trying
book.
to get some
Yeah.
sales on your books.
Uh,
Oh, cults and da 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 da. You know something right here. Like, come on now. At least hide this before you try to act like you don't know what's going on.
at the dictates or suggestion of their leader, may do really bizarre things.
Bizarre
I
things.
mean,
Oh my god.
let's look at the followers of Amy Carlson, Mother God. She would make demands of them. They would do odd things. In the end, when she died, they would not accept her death, and they wrapped her body in Christmas lights and worshiped her. So there are groups and there are followers that we
And they're saying that these people went missing. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, so the title of this video is Six People Vanished after Getting Tangled Up in Alleged Cult of So-Called Prophet Rashad Jamal. So I don't know if that was a threat of saying if you continue following the Rashad Jamal, you will go missing, or these people could have just went off the grid
right.
because because they understood that America is a organization, it's a business.
Yeah.
They understand the social security number is pretty much your tag number. They understand the straw man. They understand that we aren't who we are. The straw man is our real identity when it comes to the system. They understand all of this. They understand that they don't want to uh have no babies in the hospital because as soon as y'all give them a baby, y'all gonna give them a birth certificate, y'all gonna give them vaccines, and y'all gonna give them ID, social security number. So now they're property. So that's why people get doulas and stuff, so they can have natural births. We understand this, man. We understand this. Not everybody want to come through the system, but that's a threat to the system.
Yeah.
The system needs energy. But when we realize that When we realize that the system needs energy, we're going to stop feeding the system, and we're going to obtain our energy from the sun and put it to what we want to put it to,
Indeed.
not to what they
Indeed.
want us to
Okay,
put
that's
it to.
indeed.
Drugs, sex, money, killing our own people. We don't want to live in this rat race. That's just all it is. So we need, if y'all don't understand that, if y'all can't understand that, go bring us somebody on this interview that does, because y'all are speaking out of y'all neck.
Facts.
Y'all are speaking out of y'all neck.
See
Just
seem
playing
to be
slow.
detached
Like,
from
come on, man.
reality.
Y'all see they
The leader
doing
creates a
meditation.
new reality, and that becomes their new normal.
But making choices dictated by one sole leader leads down a slippery slope. What is the danger of somebody idolizing another human, putting them above everyone else?
I think the danger of worshiping a cult leader is that the leader has no real accountability, and that the leader is saying, I represent a higher power. So if you question me, you are questioning God. You are questioning that higher power. And so you feel that you cannot question the leader. And therefore, the leader can rationalize or justify anything. And this leads to abuse. That kind of power with no checks, no balances, unfettered, is what we see over and over again playing out in scenarios where children are hurt, where people are, denied proper medical care, or they become involved in criminal schemes. And of course, what we see is their finances become depleted.
This sound a lot like America. This sound a lot like America taking advantage of children. Didn't Epstein list just come out? How
Correct.
much people was on that list? 150 names was on that list. 150 names.
Mm-hmm.
America takes advantage of kids more than anybody. How many kids come up missing in foster care? How many? It's a dude who was a kid that was in high school. He was wrapped up in a mat with his organs missing.
Wow.
So now we talking about the organ harvesting ring. We're talking about the files that was hacked from Hillary's laptop. She's talking about hot dogs and pizza. Pizzagate. Jeffrey Epstein. Like Jeffrey Epstein hanging with Donald Trump. How many people do America take advantage of?
Right.
That's all I'm saying is like, bro, what is going on? How many people come up dead in the hospital? Y'all don't teach nobody about holistic healing. Y'all telling people they got to take opioids and stuff to be healed and to feel better. What about holistic healing? The plants, the stuff that God put on this earth.
Right.
What about that? What about the curriculums that the Rothschilds created? I don't know the Rothschilds, so why am I sending my kids to school to learn about that we were slaves? That's why I'm about to start homeschooling. I'm not sending my kids to school. Y'all take advantage of us more than any, and then send them to college to learn the same thing and be
Exactly.
$100,000 in debt.
Yup.
This is a continuous system that people is getting tired of. I know I am. I'm gonna find a way. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward.
etc. The key is accountability and transparency, and cult leaders don't have either.
With this case, 6 missing people who
Damn, they don't have either, man. I wonder if y'all do though. I wonder if America do. That's all I'm saying.
have not been seen or heard from in months comes concern for the 2 and 3-year-old children involved. A majority of the people who vanished are adults, and they follow a group that urges them to go off the grid. So if they don't want to be found, is that their right not to be found?
The key issue right now with these adults that have gone off the grid, disappeared because of Rashad, is that they also have minor children. And this is the tragedy of groups like this, that children have no choice, that they are dependent upon their parents to look out for them, to protect them. And so when parents become enthralled with a cult leader and under undue influence, the children often suffer. And we
Look how much children go missing every year in America. You're talking about children. This is why we're going off the grid, because we don't want our children to come up missing in America.
Exactly.
This is why. Right here. 800,000 children. This can't just be natural. But now that Epstein was caught, now we know where these children are going. They're going to islands for nasty pedophiles and rapists to do what they want to do. And these rapists happen to be powerful people who run America, who run all of these world powers.
Indeed.
Children are being sacrificed in rituals and stuff like that, and sold in McDonald's and Burger King as meat. As meat. When they did the 1-cent burgers, y'all, I knew for a fact y'all ate children on the 1-cent burgers, because they're saying if we're going to sacrifice all these kids and all of these people for their organs and organ harvesting people, why would we just put the meat in the trash? Why would we just dispose of the meat? No, we're going to sacrifice these people, take their organs, and we're going to use this meat. We're going to put it in the grinder, because any meat you put in the grinder comes out looking the same. We're going to put them in the grinder, and we're going to sell them at McDonald's and make a profit out of the people that we're sacrificing.
Wow.
This is how the game goes.
Mm-hmm.
Protect it. When you ever hide your kids, hide your wife, that's all we doing. We don't want our children to come up missing. We want to keep tabs on our children, not America to keep tabs on our children. We want to keep tabs on our children. We don't want to give our children vaccines, because we know what happened with the Tuskegee experiments. How America or the government went into black communities, gave them vaccines, and told them that they would get benefits if they allow us to put syphilis in the black community, via vaccines. Take this vaccine and we'll give you two months free of rent. Take this vaccine and we'll give you extra $100,000 a year or something like that. Injecting black people with syphilis. This is why we're going off the grid, because we're scared that our children might be one of this 800,000 people coming up missing.
Yo, that's a lot.
But I guess I'm
that's
just
that's
talking.
a million almost.
And now somebody who's speaking
Half
this,
a million.
who's clearly talking about meditation, tapping with your inner self, so you can do what your soul can't tell you to come here to do, to help the planet. Now we're cult leaders. That's crazy.
We've seen this play out in group after group after group. One of the worst being the Children of God, where the leader mandated that children as young as 4 be sexually abused. So children can become caught in the situation of a cult because of their parents, and I think that is something probably that the families fear, that are now wondering where their grandchildren, their nieces, nephews are.
But Ross says there are ways to remedy the situation.
Well, hopefully, Child Protective Services will become involved, because Rashad is in prison for abusing children. And so there is a history of child abuse with this particular group. So that would be one immediate thing, to interview the children and find out how they've been treated, how they're doing, etc. As far as the parents are concerned, this is very difficult. People have a right to believe whatever they wish, but that doesn't mean they can do whatever they want in the name of those beliefs. So I think unless the parents have committed crimes, they may just go along their way. Perhaps the parents will help them to reconsider their commitment to Rashad Jamal.
For family members of those involved in a cult, Ross has a specific suggestion.
Well, the first thing I would advise is don't be confrontational and don't argue and be negative. Don't look at your family members, say, oh, you're in a cult, because they may go back to other members and the leader and share that you have said that, and then you may be cut off completely. So I would instead uh, be a good listener, listen to what they have to say.
Man, it's a
When you have the
reptilian, man.
time, copy down some
You gotta
notes,
be.
go online and use the internet for a constructive purpose, which would be doing research about the particular group or leader so that you can get a better handle on it. And you might consider eventually doing an intervention, but that would be something that you should carefully consider after doing quite a bit of research and discussion with the larger family.
He also urges family and friends to avoid blaming anyone.
I think it's really important not to blame and shame cult survivors or cult victims. No one joins a cult intentionally. They're basically tricked and then trapped emotionally and psychologically by the group and the leader.
Wow, same as America. America, like I said, America is the biggest cult. We are born into this. As soon as we turn 5, are sent to school to learn his story and not my story. Our parents, a lot of our parents don't even know better because they're working till they're 60 till they die. They're trying to take care of their families. So they just trying to put kids, because school is pretty much a daycare, so the family can work and not have to watch the children. It's all a setup.
Oh, shut up. All
It's
of it.
all a setup. You know, we are forced to eat GMO foods. We don't know. A lot of black people don't know better because we just got out of slavery. So now that we're learning knowledge and tapping into real knowledge that we are keeping away from and not getting from school, we want to teach that to our kids and we want to teach them the truth. Now we want to go off the grid, and now we can't even do that. So that means we are prisoners of war. We don't even have our own we mind no more. We can't live how we want to live. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. The day that we live in right now is crazy. But we in the age of Aquarius. Everybody waking up. No, nobody's stupid no more.
So I think for us to blame or shame people that become involved is a mistake, and it serves no useful purpose.
The Berkeley Police Department in Missouri says the investigation into the 6 missing people has been underway for nearly 6 months. Anyone with more information about their whereabouts is asked to contact the police. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
All I'm gonna see, man, justice for Rashad Jamal, man. Justice for Rashad Jamal. Because not only have they taken a teacher away, they have taken a father away. This is Rashad Jamal's family. They took a black active father in their daughters and sons' life, an active father away from not only the family but the community. An activist, a leader, a philanthropist, philosopher. They took all of this away because they're scared that he's gonna wake and give power back to black people. But you can't, like you said about checks and balances. There's gonna be a check and balances for this if y'all don't do the right thing and free a person who's really helping people. There's gonna be a check and balances. That stuff that
I
happened in
agree.
Miami,
Hmm.
there's gonna be a check and balances, man. Because this is uncalled for. The universe always needs balance. The universe always needs balance. So if you don't give a damn about balance and you keep going up on the balance beam, you keep putting shit on this. No, I want everything. I want everything. I want all the power. That balance beam is gonna break. And when it breaks, you will fall on your goddamn ass. But free Rashad Jamal, man. If y'all wanna support Rashad Jamal, y'all, I want y'all to go to his. I'll put the link in the description, but this is his Instagram. I would go to this link right here. Go to this link, click that, click change.org. And I need everybody to sign a petition. All you gotta do is put your first, last name, email, and sign a petition to free him. We need at least 1 million likes on this video, and we need 1 million petitions. No less. No less. Get this video out there, man. Share, like, subscribe. We got to get this man out of jail, you know? If you are a lawyer or know lawyers, tell him about this case to help his family. If y'all want to donate to Rashad Jamal, I'll put his donation links in the description, or you can find it somewhere on his Instagram. But y'all, man, go show them some love. Send him a message and show them, or email him from jail. He's in jail. Find his email and email him some things and tell him we thank you, man. Thank you, man. And even from me, man. Thank you, man. And a quick interesting story, when I was at the courtroom on his court hearing, this girl right here, I saw her. I was going to the whatchamacallit, I was going to the vending machine, and I saw her trying to put a $2 bill in it, and it kept spitting it out. She was like, "Man, why is it not working?" And I said, "Man, here you go, $2, man. I got you." she's so hilarious. But yeah, man, this he has a bright family, and you know, I just wish that he get justice, man. This for real, for real. But no, I appreciate y'all boys, man. I love y'all. I thank y'all, and
Shout out to our cast, man. He did a good job breaking that down, okay? But yeah, man, we need justice for Rashad Jamal, because as y'all can see, they're being hypocrites and trying to like victimize him, right? Trying to make him the victim, right? That's not what it is. But hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. This was a little different on the channel. We don't do stuff like this. But if you guys want more content like this, make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.